Hello everybody. A piece of advice from Sir David Attenborough recently was that we should just stop. He was being interviewed for the World Wildlife Fund and was asked what tip he would like to give, particularly to young people, if they want to set about turning things round, making a change. And he said one of the simplest things that you should do if you get the chance, when you get the chance, is just naturally to stop. Sit down, he said, keep quiet, wait 10 minutes and you'll be very surprised if something pretty interesting didn't happen. Doing that in a woodland, if you haven't done it, is extraordinary. And don't get too impatient. I think that's wonderful advice if you're out on a walk, is just to stop and absorb. But I think it's true too of daily life. In cities, in towns, wherever we live, just occasionally to stop, outdoors or indoors, just to take on board what's happening around us. And there is that kind of stopping that can be 10 minutes long, the kind that gives us a real pause in our normal routine, enables us to stop and just think and listen was one of the important things that he recommended, but look, just to be attentive and aware of what's around us. And it is sometimes true that even within 10 minutes, if you're not too impatient, something will happen, probably inside you as well as outside. But there's also the kind of stopping that's much quicker than that. Just a few seconds, not necessarily that you stop what you're doing, but that you consciously with your mind stop and think and ask yourself what you're doing, to become intentional, to become really aware of the things that you're engaged with in what's going on around you. And it can be a really, a really creative thing to do every so often during the course of the day. You can do it as many times as you like when you're washing up, when you're just doing any of the odd jobs that we have to do, even to keep ourselves going during this lockdown, just to absorb that particular moment and be ready to move on to the next. And I think, as David Attenborough says, that kind of stopping can make a change. It can turn things round. His advice was how to turn things round in a sense of for the climate, but I think we can change our lives round too, just by being a little bit more aware, a little bit more listening, a little bit more looking, a little bit more intentional about everything that we do and about what surrounds us, the context in which we're living.